Good morning, everybody. We're live here from the birdhouse. It is the end of December already. It is Saturday, December 28th, and we've got a little update here about some of the birds that are being seen around both in backyards and just around town. So there's been some kind of cool stuff. So we'll get right into it. As always, though, we love to know who's on. You can say hi in the comments. If you've got questions, you can throw them in there. And absolutely let us know what kind of things you are seeing as you are out and about. We love to know your sightings as well. First of all, if you are local to the area, we have a sale going on. All of our holiday merchandise is 50% off. So we've got some really great stuff still left. We've got a ton of ornaments. We've got some lotions and soaps and body care type of things. We've got gnomes. We have flags. We have mats. We have a whole bunch of holiday merchandise still here, and that is all on sale for 50% off for a limited time. So we have that going on. We also have our puzzle swap going on all weekend long, and that is both today, Saturday, and Sunday. We're open today until 6, and then tomorrow, which is Sunday, we're open 9 till 5. The puzzle swap goes on all weekend long, and as part of puzzle swap weekend, we always have a special on a certain brand of puzzles. This month we are offering a special on all puzzles. Every single puzzle we have in the store is on sale for 20% off. So we've got that going on, the puzzle sale, and then we also have all the holiday merchandise on sale. So definitely a couple reasons there to stop in. So as far as updates go, some things to be out on the lookout for in your backyards. There have been a couple, although spotty, reports of evening grosbeak over the past month. So evening grosbeak aren't going to be a very common bird anymore in backyards unless you are up north, further north from where I am in Western New York. They are more common up in Canada. If you ever watch the Cornell Feeder Watch Cam that is in Ontario, you can see evening grosbeaks on there quite regularly, as well as redpolls and pine siskins and pine grosbeaks. But there have been a couple spotted here this year, this season, as far as evening grosbeaks go. So be on the lookout for them. They like the same kind of feeders that cardinals do. So anything with lots of perching room, something with black oil sunflower seed or safflower seed is ideal. And you might be familiar with white-breasted nuthatches that you can get on your suet feeders or coming to eat peanut pickouts or sunflower hearts. They definitely like those. The white-breasted nuthatch is pretty common year-round, but also be on the lookout for the red-breasted nuthatch, which is a little bit smaller but has the same characteristics of the nuthatch. They like to crawl down trees with their head kind of poking off to the side usually. And red-breasted nuthatch have been seen all over town in larger numbers than they normally would be seen in the spring and summertime. And you can find them here all winter, so be on the lookout for them. And then you're probably also familiar with red-bellied woodpecker, a pretty common backyard bird and becoming increasingly more so common. But we've had some people reporting recently red-headed woodpecker. Certainly not nearly as common as the red-bellied woodpecker, whose name is a little deceiving because you see that bright patch of red on the back of their head. Some people call this the red-headed woodpecker. They actually do have a little red wash on their belly, which gives them their name. But the red-headed woodpecker, you can see, has quite a red head. Their whole head is red. Both male and female look like this. And the juveniles have a very similar coloration as far as their back goes. They're black and white like this, but their head isn't bright red. It's kind of a shiny brown color. So red-headed woodpecker, there's been some seen around Durand Eastman Park. And so if you've got your suet feeders up and you're around that area, definitely be on the lookout for some red-headed woodpecker. Also, some eastern towhee have been reported. These are not your most common feeder bird, but you might see them underneath your bird feeding station eating some sunflower seed and whatnot. I've seen them in my backyard very sporadically, sometimes under the bird feeder, but a lot of times just kind of coming to where the other bird activity is. So you might see them in a tree or shrub, but there's been some eastern towhee reported. as well. Northern mockingbird, although we have more northern mockingbird in the spring and summer, some of them do overwinter here. And you know you have a northern mockingbird when you see them fly. They have very bright white patches on their feathers, on their flight feathers. And we do have some that will stay all winter long, especially if you've got some trees or shrubs or bushes that produce berries. They'll eat those in the winter time. So keep an eye out for northern mockingbird. There's been some of them reported as well. You might even see a gray catbird, although not as common as the northern mockingbird this time of the year. Most of them all go down south. Every once in a while, you get a rogue catbird. And then winter wren, we talk a lot about Carolina wrens and house wrens, but in the wintertime, we do have an even smaller wren, which is sometimes described as a little ball with feet and a tiny little tail. We do have winter wren in the area. They'll be further north in the spring and summer during mating season and during breeding season, but right now we do have them in the area. So cute little wren, smaller than your Carolina wren. This is a winter wren. And as far as some different bird sightings that have been in the area, there's been a couple different reports of Virginia rail, and this is a pretty typical thing to get reports of this time of the year, but there's been reports in 2 different locations, which is pretty cool. The Virginia rail have been seen over at Mendon Ponds in the Quaker Pond Trail area. So they historically are seen out there in Mendon Ponds every year or so, I want to say. But also there's one right now that has been spotted in High Acres, the High Acres landfill area, which is a great little nature preserve. And another bird similar to the Virginia rail, which you can find in the same kind of habitat, like a marshy type of habitat, is where you're going to find these, a pond kind of along where the water meets the cattails is a good place to look for these birds. There's been Virginia rail spotted, and also a Sora has been spotted over at the High Acres area. So if you're looking for some specifics on where to go to see those, I would definitely check out eBird and look for, search for Sora, search for the Virginia rail, and you can find exactly where to go to see them if you're looking to get some kind of different birds on your birding list. Some photos that were sent in this week. Mark J sent in these photos of short-eared owl. It is short-eared owl time in our area. Short-eared owls are here in the winter months. They'll fly low over fields as they hunt. And here's a couple of photos that were sent in by Mark. This one is sitting on a post, real easy to see. And then this one is more out in the field. It looks like landed, but you can almost see the little tufts there, the little feather tufts that give the short-eared owl its name. These pictures were taken out in the Avon area, the Nations Road area, I'm going to assume, because that's where they've been seen. And now is the time to go look for them. So if you're looking to add some different birds to your birding repertoire, there have been short-eared owls seen pretty consistently out in the Avon area this year. Other birds of prey that have been spotted, snowy owl. Over the past week, there's been more snowy owl sightings out in the Braddock Bay area. So for a while, we hadn't had any reports of snowy owl. There were some early in the season and then really nothing. But as of last, I want to say as of Monday or Tuesday, there were some seen locally. So you might still be able to have a shot to see them this year if you haven't yet, or this season. So snowy owl are out there. Lots of bald eagle. If you are by any kind of open water, keep an eye out for these large birds of prey. And the adult bald eagles, of course, have that bright white head and white tail. Some smaller birds of prey that you can possibly see also this time of year are going to be American kestrel, especially if you're out by fields. If you're going to look for the short-eared owls, for example, and you're out there during the day, right before it starts to get dark, and you see a little bird of prey, a little type of falcon, could very well be an American kestrel. Excuse me, but the one you're more likely to see this time of the year, which is about the same size, is going to be the Merlin. So both of those are here right now, with the Merlin being more common. And I brought up the other day Canada goose because you can often see them flying in formation, but then also look for snow geese as well because there have been some of them spotted in the area. Excuse me. So that is the short little update I have for you guys today. Happy New Year. Thank you for tuning in all year round. We will be back on Tuesday for another broadcast. And until then, if you've got photos, absolutely send them in and stop on in. And if not, we will talk to you on Tuesday. See you soon. Bye-bye.